dive. Today, we're jumping into something really quite fascinating, how old knowledge, these natural remedies, were so carefully, meticulously documented. We're digging into homeopathic materia medica today, a really specific area. Our source is William Boericke's Homeopathic Materia Medica. Big, comprehensive work. And we're zeroing in on just one entry, Castanea vesca. That's chestnut leaves to most of us. So the question is, what can plain old chestnut leaves actually teach us about tackling, well, very specific health issues? You might be surprised. We're aiming for a shortcut here, really, to get you properly informed about this one particular remedy.
It really is remarkable, isn't it? The level of detail in these traditional materia medicas, it's not just, this herb is good for coughs. It's way beyond that. They mapped out this whole symptom signature for each substance. It's like a profile of how it interacts with our system. Really shows the depth of observation that went into these texts, centuries of it.
Okay, so let's get into it. Castanea vesca, chestnut leaves. Boric clearly states its main thing, its primary use is for whooping cough.
Yes, but what's really key here are the specifics of the cough he describes. It's noted as a dry, ringing, violent, spasmodic cough.
Dry, ringing, violent, spasmodic. That's very descriptive.
It is, and crucially, it's indicated especially in the early stage.
Ah, the early stage. So timing matters a lot here.
Exactly. That's a huge theme in homeopathy. It's not just what symptom, but when it shows up, how it feels, what makes it better or worse. Mentioning the early stage suggests maybe Castanea vesca could head off the worst of it.
That early stage point is interesting. Okay, but then there are these other symptoms Boric lists that go along with the cough for this remedy picture. Things like desire for warm drinks, very thirsty, loss of appetite, even diarrhea, thick urine. It's easy. Well, almost counterintuitive to link thick urine with a cough remedy, right? How do they connect these things?
Well, that's sort of the core idea of materia medica. It's holistic. It's not looking at the cough in isolation. It's looking at the entire person, the whole pattern of symptoms presenting at that moment.
The whole pattern.
Yes. Think of it like a unique code or a fingerprint. If the patient has that specific type of cough and they want warm drinks and they have that thick urine, that whole cluster points towards Castanea vesca. They were observing how a substance affected the entire system, not just one organ.
Okay, that makes more sense. Looking at the whole constellation, as you said. So we have this really detailed picture for whooping cough. But you often find these remedies have uses that seem, well, completely unrelated, don't you?
You absolutely do. And that's the case here too.
So what else does Boric mention for Castanea vesca?
Well, shifting gears completely from the respiratory stuff, he also lists lumbago, weak back, can hardly straighten up.
Lumbago. Lower back pain. Wow, that seems miles away from whooping cough.
It does, on the surface. But it points to how these remedies aren't just for one disease. They match a certain state or pattern in the person. Maybe there's an underlying theme of weakness or maybe spasmodic tendencies that manifests either in the chest or the back muscles. It's about the resonance, the overall picture, not just the location of the pain or cough. That link between the cough and the back, that's the kind of connection these texts reveal.
Really fascinating. So, practically speaking, how is it prepared? The dose section just says tincture. What does that mean?
A tincture, it's a pretty standard preparation method. Usually the plant material, in this case, the chestnut leaves, is steeped in alcohol or maybe alcohol and water to extract the active components. It makes a concentrated liquid remedy that's stable and preserves the plant's, well, medicinal essence.
Right, okay. And Boric also mentions its relationship to other remedies. Why compare it?
The comparisons are vital for differentiation. He mentions pertussin, for instance, also for whooping cough, but specifically when symptoms return again after being allayed.
Oh, so pertussin is for when it comes back, whereas Castanea vesca is for that early stage we talked about.
Precisely. That subtle difference in timing or presentation guides the choice. And then he lists others to compare it with. Dross, mephitis, naphthol, amenbrom. Each of those would have its own slightly different symptom picture for coughs. Maybe the sound is different, or what time of day it's worse, or if there's vomiting with it.
So it's like fine-tuning the choice.
Exactly. This relationship section helps practitioners really nail down the best match for the individual's specific set of symptoms, or even what remedy might follow if the picture changes.
So for you listening, getting this level of detail really helps you appreciate just how specific these observations were. It's not just take chestnut leaves for a cough. It's about matching a very precise profile. Okay, let's quickly recap our deep dive on Castanea vesca. We've seen it's primarily for whooping cough, but only when it has those specific traits: dry, ringing, violent, spasmodic, especially early on. and accompanied by this distinct set of other symptoms like thirst for warm drinks, thick urine, the whole package. Plus, that surprising link to lumbago, that weak back condition, which really drives home that it's the pattern, the whole signature, that defined the remedy's use.
It really does. It just underscores that even a short entry like this in Boericke's work is packed with just concentrated observation and knowledge. It shows how these very specific symptom patterns were the key, they're the guideposts for using these remedies effectively. It's a different way of thinking about illness, really, focusing on the unique individual pattern, not just a disease label. Kind of challenges how we often compartmentalize things today.
Absolutely. So here's something to think about. Consider the incredible value in that deep, careful observation of how nature interacts with us. What other everyday plants around us might have these incredibly specific, powerful uses that we've maybe overlooked, just waiting for someone to document them this thoroughly? Something to mull over.